That's going to give Benji more tools to actually hold down a solo site, especially in combination with the Astra from Boo. I think he's one of the best Astra players we've ever seen, especially in post-plant scenarios. I like the fact that Rian's still going to be on the fade, one of his best.
A very different story for Heretics in Toronto. We covered some of those games and were mystified by their inability to get going in that tournament.
Didn't get a map in that tournament. Honestly, but we know they're better than that. They've just been volatile.
Corrode, I mean, such a bizarre map pool. We'll dig into that a little bit later here, but it's Heretics on the attack side to start things off, and it's already inching over to A. And who else but Miniboo to open up the account for the EMEA squad?
A team and a player who can be so momentum-based. That is the right way to start off for him.
Prowlers here getting into that A side of the map, and G2 are going to give some space, considering playing off this paranoia to some degree. It's Valorant a little bit late to it now. Grabwell also complicating things for G2 as they try and wrest control back, but they're down to Jonah and Leaf.
Just the two of them both coming from spawn at the moment. Little upgrade for Benji Fishy as well. Really shouldn't be any hope for them to get back into this. All of the Heretics players just faced up together.
Yeah, it is like a triple face. They are ready for anything, and Jonah now is aware. 4 straight on back. Has a wall to work with, but very tricky situation to navigate now. This 1 versus 4. It's cute! I'll give him that. A right click over the top, but it's Heretics getting on the board first.
Perhaps early ideas of going with some pace were just slowed down by G2 having both the Fade and the Sage on this B side.
Valuable confirmation there. That Haunt indicates that Heretics are still milling about B main. And Jonah went to find out the hard way. Tension in the air now, as you know, in a couple of moments. Heretics are looking to test this. They got that better weaponry. It stings for all of them. Very NA-coded buy-up. And Miniboo's going to get straight onto the site. Trent at least goes 1 for 1. Around the corner, it's Valen. Couple headshots now. That's going to put the fear of God in these guys. And there's Trent. Oh, yes! Little mystifying.
I mean, in the meantime, here comes Miniboo, dimensional drift, while the rest of the team are just perplexed as to what's happening in B main. He's gotten all the way into the site,
Is it a sign from an advanced alien race that are trying to communicate with us? No. No, it's just G2's utility usage. Here's the Nightfall, though, cutting onto the site. 2 players caught by the paranoia, tucked in the corner. Valen strides out. Miniboo is down. Here comes Trent, looking to mow them down, but the sheer wall will prevent that penetration. Leaf here, knocked down to just the shorty. Very favorable scenario here for Heretics.
Valen spotted out as well, so they get the info on an additional player. Rian's 1 kill away from the Nightfall, just in case. But surely the man advantage and some good trading will be enough for Team Heretics here.
They've been able to get out of the danger zones, those very spammable spots after having stuck the plant. Rian steps up. Nicely done. Wood will chime in here, and Trent is going to be well and truly on the back foot. Meticulous from Team Heretics, but they bust open the weak side.
At least they're, you know, still excited they won the round. I was holding my breath, but oh my God, what is that tap?
Off the rip, and it's the Yoru taken out. It depends where that really goes. There's actually no anchoring players on the side for G2.
I mean, it may just allow them the timing to get the spike down, but that might be it, however, in G2. They are getting in position right now. Look at Jaw, he's over at elbow. They might be able to flood back in.
Leaf unaffected by that by the looks of things. Haunt is cleared. Jorgamo here up in tower, and the spam is a problem. Second kill through smoke of the round for Valen. Whoop down to 4. He steps up and ends up on the snake bite now. Joel trying to time this, in theory, to disrupt a plant. Quite a game for G2's duelist so far. There's going to be a double stack here. Overall's at elbow position. Paint shells, a tickle. Boo down to 61.
This is really going to come down to Benji. He is the healthy player. He's tucked in the corner.
Still healthy. Still ready to throw down, and he's waiting for Jaw to give him something around that corner. Still no barrel sighted. Slow orb at the feet of Benji. He maybe is slowed by that, and Valen's been brought back into the game by the res. It's 4 players on G2 now for a retake, and Jaw just tanks the shots. Not a care in the world. Slams down on Benji.
Peeking for anyone to go from top mid to that B link by playing towards elbow, and he's got that cam up. Jaw pretty committed in the sight, but has the showstopper when the actual hit comes through, ready to fight at this choke.
Oh, buddy, that's scary. That's a 2-for-1 special for your boy Jaw. Benji at least able to get some value back in that exchange, and Miniboo deep on that B site. Looking to occupy the top mid area, but G2 are circumventing it entirely, all the way around, back through B.
Very patient are G2, retaining control of elbow crucially. They have it. Trip even to maintain that control. allow the rest of the team to rotate over, and then go for that 4-on-3, trade things out.
Paranoia avoided by Benji, aware now that Jonah is up in tower. Benji's had to play this position in the last couple of rounds. Jonah's aware as a player tucked close, simply drawing the shots out. Seas won't quite reach him. Omen TP for info, staved off. It's Valen once again, sets foot on the side, and the rest of G2 ready to run in numbers. It's on Miniboo now, has to peer in from top mid. Trent's drawing his shots, as is Jonah, and then they back away for someone to step up. It's rank after rank of G2 guns aimed at the Yoru.
What a beautiful...
The conditions have to be right for them, Wyatt.
And here's that divide coming through onto the B site. Team Heretics trying to just scale in safe and get that plant from Boo. They have no control of the map with this setup right now. Leaf is trying to tease the wall. Benji is ready with the shorty, and there's the pit.
Leaf got hit by the Prowler, so had to play close to circumvent the near site. Now able to back up a little bit. Viper's Pit, there's a heck of a lot of work here for Team Heretics. A big investment in this round.
And Miniboo scales in, and he does get his, teleports away.
The Rap's coming through a little bit late. Sheer Wall is also going to cut Jorgamo off the rest, and it's going to be on Trent alone to try and fight them here out towards B main. That's starting to fall apart a little bit now. Haphazard round as Jonah's trying to get on the spike. Decay down to one though.
Oh, pulled away even by the grab well.
Yeah, too much architecture here. Heretics have really set the playing field in their favor, and Miniboo will collect straight up mid for his third. Leaf at least can stave him off, but you can't argue with that setup from Heretics. Centimeter perfects.
Yeah, straight out of the timeout, they just come in with a big ult to execute the safest of safe plants.
You're just trying to realize, figure out how much breathing room they have here at Yard, and Jonah can step up now and throw the wall. This is confirmation in its own way. Also a slow orb that could follow this up. Sees instead tons of this stall utility at the fingertips of G2.
And just the spam coming through the choke doesn't do a lot of damage yet, but it does just keep Heretics temporarily at bay. They need to break that for sure. They're going to get spammed.
Haunt is taken out. Seas comes in. Valor now will have to be subject. Ooh, nicely done. TP's out of that Steel Garden. The G2 give up the side, come back in with their primary weapons available, though it's going to be an old-fashioned throwdown. There's Leaf fighting him too, and Boo can't stand under that level of scrutiny. Rians has to get here and get involved, but he'll be trolled around the box. Spike is loose, not at his disposal whatsoever.
Leaf was on skates, he was just going back and forth, sidestepping him. That was crazy.
Just some sick movement, we're going to see that again. No
How
doubt.
did he win all those duels? G2 just go right back in and fight after that Steel Garden is used. Jonah was isolated towards elbow. He was caught by it. They come into support. He couldn't get wrapped on. That was some... And, the benefits of playing the Sage, up to 100.
Jonah has an off here. So knows that his connector is covered. He can play that much more aggressively here out into Yard.
And again, it's at about that 55-second mark that wall is going down on main. Exchange in mid. Valen is just too good right now.
Extremely slick movement there from Valen. Gets him out of what could have been a dangerous situation, and Heretics just have to be patient now. Jonah on one angle. Leaf sitting back on the side for the spam. The op brings out but gains no purchase. Jonah has to give some ground.
They'll be able to pick up elbow. 25 seconds now on the clock. Heretics overwhelmed by spam.
The shot here for sure. Wood brought down. Cyber Cage now. Do I get allowed Jonah to fall back yet again? Is Astra Util's getting thrown up. This is very ad hoc. This is very impromptu, and time is starting to tick down. Leaf now sings out with the Odin's Call. Henry ends once more. This is an impossible situation, riddled with bullets. And that's G2, adding their 7th.
This composition has just allowed them so much.
Meridian Lightning, as he has found the captain of the ship.
This is something Heretics had done before, and they split through B with the majority through main. This time, everybody is going through this link. Poison Cloud going to be thrown up so they can't get shot down on entry. Miniboo ready to teleport in, perhaps off this Prowler.
Trent is here, though, to spam down if they get a ping. Balance seized inside cubby. TP for safety here. Leaf! Oh, no! Now, Heretics boxed in. It's one way or another. Rock and hard place. Leaf eventually is brought down. Miniboo plows through him, but Heretics have suffered such great casualties, and they still don't have that spike to hand. It's still dropped top mid. Miniboo's got to double back for it, and he's going to have to face a wall of bullets again. The Odin spam is egregious. I'm just going to put it out there. It's filthy. It is Jorkles looking for a flashy finish to the round. And of course, we let go of those ultimates now in this round number 12. Extra player brought back, and Benji is put down.
That was A beautifully orchestrated defense from G2 with this new comp that they brought into the mix here. The flaw that has been in G2's map pool. They've been great everywhere else, so I really do think this was a good pick. I like that they went for it, but now they have to make the most of it on this defense.
Well, Miniboo gets off to a good start yet again.
Same as the attack pistol, immediate Deagle headshot.
Boo here trying to chime in. It looks like G2 unperturbed as yet.
And evidently, the Frenzy can work at range as well. Valen goes down. Heretics with a great opportunity to just surge right back into this game if they can convert the man advantage that they've earned off some pretty sick individual skill. Team has no shortage of that.
Slight course correction for G2, but they still have eyes for this A site. So they're going to be pitted in a 3v3 in the immediacy of this hit. Prowler sees a fair bit of action there. Dog! Okay, right click central it is. Boo steps out, though, secures the trade. Now Trent and League for the threats on the side. It's Rien's trying to give a bit of space. Some jiggles from Boo. A crossfire set up here for Heretics now as Trent is trying to draw them out of formation, but they were not born yesterday. Got to get up early if you want to get to the better of Rien's. The guy is like a lab-made player. So well-rounded. Kind of has everything you could ask for in an individual at this level.
A perfect crossfire setup.
A little better at carving up the map, setting the playing field to favor defenders.
As this standard wall from defense is thrown down, you can get that up on B main. Nice for retakes. Of course, you can use it to walk down mid, pressure, as Miniboo is doing right now. Oh, lovely shot.
Yeah, just about
another first blood. That's 3 in a row. Miniboo is heating up.
You're looking for someone to take over the game. It's going to be Miniboo. 2 plays over at B. They don't want to risk getting caught on a rotate through mid.
3 now with the teleport.
Yeah, here comes Miniboo back on the site once more in the eye of the storm. There's a paranoia. They were hoping for more off that one. Jaw at least gets his one, but Benji mows them down. Jonah into the smoke, knows Benji's lurking on the other side of it, but can't bring his gun to bear in time. And that's got the boy up on his feet. Some energy now from the Heretics camp.
What a beautiful hold, especially from Benji. Lethal shots coming from him. That initial kill from Miniboo just puts G2 in a very awkward position. They're slowly trying to rework that map late to get in towards this A site, but it's too little too late. Miniboo's able to teleport over. Team Heretics are more than ready, and the shots from Benji are just fantastic. G2 fully invested, of course, into this round with a lot of emphasis on controlling B main. Prowlers exchanged from both fades.
Arkrose sends Trent scurrying, sees, he caught Jorgamo there, he had no way of getting out. Decay down, so he's an easy pickup for Miniboo, who's just opening every single round with a kill.
What a crazy trap play from Heretics, that was so sick. And Miniboo able to just get away. Jonah would love to find a res somehow to bring Jaw back to life. They don't have the entry now for this site exec. Need to run into the Odin, run into Benji, who has that steel garden ready.
They've got to trigger the shield wall all at once as well. Or just leave a play on the other side of it, I guess.
Yeah, good luck, Trent.
There's the steel garden. Lorenz is going hunting. Trent stunned up in the corner. Caught by the Nova Pulse of all things. And now Benji can tuck in this corner. There is no option here for G2.
What a genius shutout! Genius reposition from Benji. Incredible. He is playing absolute top-level Valorant right now. Oh my God.
And it's these little adjustments, Wyatt. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
This was so cool. The Arkrose over top combo with the flash. There's the Thorns so they could, you know, try to make it so they couldn't run away. They already crossed back. Didn't even matter. Miniboo is that fast. Gets out. Benji ready with the steel garden. Would hate to be Trent in that corner. Sorry, bro. The whole team got stuck behind the wall. You're caught in. No gun. Stuck.
These guys have got off the overcomp, so they do not have an easy way to get a shield wall. So they've got 2 consecutive rounds where they have side opening ultimates. But look at this close positioning from Heretics. This is absolutely devious.
And they just don't even want to allow them to get that spike down.
Rien's tucked. Shots through the masonry. Benji and Jaw traded out for one another. Nightfall catches on the G2.
They want to get this space. They want to deny the ability for Jonah to get value from the res in this round.
Trent is already trying to re-clear that, but there's an Astra Star thrown down, which will segment it off further. They're serious about keeping G2 off A.
They are telling G2, if you try to get this res, we are going to be right there to stop you. And they want to double back. G2 have left. Valen went for a TP towards that A yard area. And now they're working their way in.
Leaf needs to find a way to get some form of mid-control. At least the sheer wall's out of the picture, right? Benji's down. down, so that connector wall won't come up. There's Riot! It's disgusting! 5 kills, of course, with the res involved, and Boo will finish the job! It's just filthy!
I'm just stunned. They are absolutely 100% committed to we need to get this res. That sightline is completely open.
Couldn't you make it any easier?
I mean, look what happens when you try to swing into this Odin. You're just getting stalled up by bullets. You're getting lined up. That they are going to be faced down by multiple players. It won't just be one they can push off and collect that orb. And they'll give it to Jaw with ease. No, and now it's the pivot towards A.
And they're working the map.
They're so divided across the map.
Decayed on down. Oh, Valorant in the corner though. Unexpected. Rienz is still able to find some spray through the smoke and recover things somewhat.
That hits 3, the Nightfall.
Neural Theft in play though. That gets popped by Leaf. Some valuable information now for G2 as Trent gets the plant down. Yes, Nightfall's in play, but that slow orb stops Heretics from capitalizing.
Everyone from G2 just routed out of the site. The spike is planted for them on that link side. Rienz gets the haunt back. Miniboo has a single flash, a couple util pieces.
Flashing in, Miniboo lit. Leaf steps up for a moment. There's still some Astra Stars to deploy, and Boo is going to get things set up now for this retake from Heretic. In numbers, they step up! And Jonah and Leaf are able to cut them down. It's on Woots, and G2 get a lifeline in this fight.
Now G2 still trying to work towards the showstopper of
They're going to fight for it. Miniboo is not going to let them have this orb for free. This could get ugly. Jonah and Jord. It's the fake of the smoke. A trade. Jord in the game. Showstopper at the ready. Benji goes over his head, but Trent is good for it. Another missed showstopper, but that's a footnote here as G2 at least are advantaged and win that fight in A main.
Rienz takes a hell of a lot of damage and just needs to get away. Wood has made his way over towards that A site. All the way through mid just to be a nuisance, potential backstab later.
Enough money here for Heretics that this does not represent a mandatory save. Even looking ahead, Benji's been able to get that Steel Garden online, but Heretics here say, just how worthwhile would this really be? It looks like they're happy to stay put.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that they think it is at all. G2, after a long drought, finally string 2 rounds together. But at a moment's notice, Miniboo can come support on that B side if the execute goes through there.
G2's still got to get moving. This is map point. Now, less than 30 seconds in the round. God, if they got to walk into all these Vice utility, it's going to be a disaster.
20 seconds, they have to get through 2 Thorns right now. They're getting sold out. There's an Odin here as well, and the Steel Garden. There's no way, man. There's 15 seconds. How can they do this?
No other choice here. Paranoia comes in. G2 have to fight with secondary. The Shorty Brigade goes for it. Benji's down, traded out, but Miniboo's going to step up in the shield wall again. Breaks up G2. They walked into the trap once more. And Miniboo's happy to execute them on the spot for their audacity. In these slow rounds, G2 get caught out by the Senti util.
Excitement? They've cooked. I just don't know if it's going to taste good. Like it's one of those ones that feels risky. Like you're very reliant on both Miniboo and Woo having good performances. If they do, if it's like the last map,
man, they are looking good. Even just on that individual basis with 3 players dropping 20 bombs on map 1.
And it's been a while since I've seen this double Sentinel look, especially with Chamber and Deadlock on Lotus. Like it cropped up in America's randomly. Starhawk was playing it on this map, but let's see what Heretics have for us. Jaw going to be able to receive Boo as they make their way over towards the B side. We're going to see the Deadlock wall thrown down to cut off that C-Link entrance. Jaw goes searching, gets another one. Low as he is, Wood gets blown to pieces.
And now, Team Heretics are trying to pivot, but no matter where they go, there's just G2 players waiting. Good kill from Benji, but this is going to be tough on Jonah. The wide swing is crazy, but Friends can't get the trade.
I don't know how he gets away with that one. Jonah! The Professor is in.
I've never seen a wider wide swing in my life.
They're going to want to fight for it, and Wood had best have his wits about him.
And he just wants to make sure he's looking in the right direction. Valen going to have to deal with everyone from Heretics coming through main.
He's ready for it. Smoke down, but replaced by a poison orb.
Those players are so weak, in serious danger of just getting one shot by the Guardian to the body, and John wants more.
Yeah, here's that late ramp coming through as well. Heretics are going to be pretty short on options. Jorgamo's been dealt with. B main, though, not the safe passage the Heretics might be hoping. They're going to go for this now. Hordes will eat Valen's crosshair placement for breakfast.
Wow, and Leaf spotted out, so they know there's a player with a Bucky and Waterfall. Leaf won't have an opportunity to get a better weapon. Team Heretics can absolutely still win this if they play at range. It's stingers, it's a shotgun.
There's a lot of angles to watch for, and they don't know the status of halls, Heretics. Now though, G2 showing themselves in waterfall. Guided Salvo to try and clear the side, but Woot is obviously sat up on that box. Ready to give this space up, shouldn't be required as Leaf. Some early information, maybe a triple swing coming out, and here comes an avalanche of G2 players to get themselves their third.
Man, Leaf ends up doing a great job there, just baiting himself for his teammates to be able to swing. That was really well done.
King of openers on Corrode. This time has had the book shut in his face for each of these last 5 rounds.
Root's got this operator trying to post up towards B main. Might honestly have an opportunity. It looks like Leaf was jump peeking that angle towards spawn, but the wall will cut that off, and now Team Heretics needing to take space elsewhere, but it's right into the Odin.
The disgusting off angle, isn't it? Here's the Nightfall.
And then the salvos, they push Heretics back. That keeps Jonah alive. Nightfall to ensure both his life and the space is retained.
Haunt re-clears that rubble space on A and gives G2 the window now to fall back to more defensive positions.
That was some really excellent play with the utility by the 2 G2 initiators in that situation. Very well done.
They both, of course, have that safe info gain. Stealth drone is going to sniff a bit of this out, and there's Woot just headbutts a bullet in the midair.
And now the 3 remaining Heretics players scrambling to get up towards rubble side. G2 know what's going on. Jaws pushed all the way out of C mount.
And Jonah doesn't have any info to play off of yet. Paranoia here in a baby door. Valor might have his hands full more than he bargained for. Oh no! He bent the house on it! Flawless round there for G2. If Heretics can get those solid post plants, but they've been stopped before the sites constantly, much like G2 suffered on Corrode.
Balon spams away from the door. Cover, and oh my god, he comes up.
And not only he comes up, I mean, that's the info gain. Heretics don't have any critical map control yet.
Yeah, now the door is activated because Team Heretics want to make it seem like maybe they're going towards A, but no, it's going to be a pivot towards baby door right now, but the Odin spam is there.
Leaf opened the door and he came out a tree. Found a backstab opportunity. Now Woot gets lit up on the side. Jaw waiting for them to push through. I don't know how this is going to go down. Shorty spam. Jonah, though, is caught by the grab net. Woot gets purchase with the stinger. And Minibu not quick enough for Valen. He's had 2 massive kills in this round. Now the post plant, all well and good, but ideally you have an even number of players at least.
I mean, Benji has the annihilation. Will there even be a moment for it? I mean, perhaps if he can kill Leaf.
Yeah, Todd of Force here, active. Woot finds Valen, annihilation, didn't catch. Leaf's going to take the fight up close, but Benji wins it out, and it's all on Trent. Quick step, sidestep, gets him out and gets the kill against Woot. Stunned up briefly, and time is anything but on his side. Benji comes around, what a cleanup, and Heretics have arrived on Lotus.
Perfect timing for the swing from Benji. Beautiful shots from Woot.
On A side of the map, you can be proactive on defense around the grav net.
Now Woot has picked up this operator after finding success with the ult, and again, this controlling towards A that hits in towards C. Valen under a lot of danger, just needs to escape.
Minibu could only speculate with the showstopper there, was hit with the paranoia on the way in, and now a Nightfall. Valen the only player caught by that. Jonah forces Woot off the line with the Prowler. And now he can hold it, get into tree once more with the Odin, with the actions here at C.
Team Heretics can't really take much more space though. They've already committed both of their ultimates just to getting the spike down. No waterfall control, no hulls control, and G2 have an Armageddon for this retake.
And that barrier comes down pretty quickly. Armageddon now threatens the back of the C site, so Heretics now got to commit to that high ground themselves. Trent wants to get in, the grab net is a big problem, and then Heretics are ready to fight in the site. That is premium anchoring from the EMEA squad.
They play to the 1 out. They're into this round with a hero rifle, a judge, and a guardian.
This is what seems like a big commitment to Mound, but of course everybody has get out of jail free
buttons.
Oh my
god. Sick reaction to be able to 1v1 the judge, close range. Leaf doesn't even get a shot off.
The judge player so favored in that spot, Wyatt.
Jaw forced to teleport away with that pressure coming. Cut noise. They're rotating towards the safe side. They wait out for Boo to actually break that stealth drone. It's just Trent, playing towards A, and no longer.
Yeah, he was pinged out there. Woot's able just to post up on the line and quickly take him down.
Might have been on a jump across even that he gets that shot.
Horn has to be cleared, so that will show Jonah P here in this corner.
Yeah, would hate to be him in this situation. Okay.
Guardian doesn't quite have the flexibility to get him out of that one.
A little unnecessary to do it that way.
Style points awarded though for sure.
+20.
And now Wu can wait for this push up from Pins. It's Valen. Something in trade as Boo is down, but he's done his duty well and truly.
Now that Wu has the off, he's coming to life in this game on attack.
With how they set that Sonic sensor up, that's looking more and more likely.
It's only tough because they have no B main control, which is being exploited by Jaw. He's pushed all the way behind them with the AWP.
He's going to go for it anyway, by the looks of things. Okay, Trademark to stop a backstab on them.
You could see how worried Boo was. He was jump spotting that angle, and Jaw heard him run away, so he's pushing up. Heretics are being flanked by an AWPing Yoru at the moment.
Valentine on the side, Jonah not able to really stop them. It's only Wood out of the mix, but Trade from upper gets the job done. It's dirty work, but someone's going to do it. Playing in the side. Spike recovered by Riens, making his way forward. It's Boo sat back inside tree. And G2 have a chance now to contain this Heretics squad.
They do have that paranoia to play off of. It's in the hands of Boo. Maybe that can be the tool to victory, but Jaw's been on this flank for a while. Riens is ready.
He's too good. Riens, sharp was attacked, but Leaf flutters by. And that 3-round streak of Heretics is put to bed. So, example of how those guided salvos can really be utilized. Boo gets chomped on here, forced to TP away from rubble.
And he does throw an early smoke over towards B heaven, so that definitely implies Heretics have ideas of getting into this B side, especially with the wall going down and Leaf exposed, isolated in the site.
He felt like he had to play ahead of that smoke, so puts himself in an odd off angle. Trent's just trying to go to work on the wall here, but this is the true post plant.
I was hoping Trent could have helped, but can't when that wall is thrown down. Now Jaw trying to work his way into Blue Room, does have a teammate in Jonah.
Setting up the gate crash. Oh, nice use of the clone there. Does trip this Sonic sensor. Should be able to get into Baby Door now, but Jorg is taken down by Miniboo. It's now up to Jonah. Has to flick with the own, and it's just not going to happen.
Benji gets into that off angle, and Valen blinded up by Boo. Dumped towards B main. The wall, I believe there was a nade as well. So Trent, he's forced back towards that waterfall side. The Leaf is immediately overwhelmed. Doesn't even have the ability to get one. Trent doesn't have the ability to save.
And that's how you're always conditioned against these.
It's a low buy for G2. They're on the cusp of a couple ults. They could make this happen.
Oh, Wood caught out. Valen just, I don't know, hides out of sight there, but it's not exactly a rare spot to play from.
Just teleported up, I think, like right as the haunt was pinged, basically, and Woot was confident to continue holding that angle. Too confident. He's punished. But Miniboo does recover that orb, so they have the Showstopper and the Nightfall to activate a site exec with.
Yeah, but there's a gate crash here for Jorgamo to get out. When he hears this Showstopper coming,
he's caught!
Couldn't get away. That's nuts. All right, here comes the wall. So Heretics with that deadlock util setting up now. Last time we saw G2 try and flood in here, they got absolutely battered.
And Nightfall used very early, and Team Heretics can't really do much off of it. Counter Nightfall going to come through from Jonah. This is going to have to get massive value. Definitely going to hit at least 2 players.
Also got itself in the back corner. That is respected, though, by Riens.
This site smoke is really great for keeping these anchors alive right now.
Yeah, G2 trying to make their win, but they got a cross here. Miniboo's going to see a head pop up in a moment you'd expect.
Site smoke being cycled again. Miniboo on that lower angle, but under pressure.
2 players seized there. This is dangerous. Decade down now, getting that health back. It's on Boo. Takes a moment to step up. And Trent eventually falls, but it's labored now. 2 versus 2. League trying to get out through the smoke, and Riens gets a good account of himself, but Valen not ready for the swing. Riens again gives Heretics the edge they need, and it's a more than respectable half for them. 7-5.
Did a lot of work for them in terms of getting in the lead and being able to maintain it by a slim margin. And now they have to close this out on what has been, by the numbers, their weaker half of the 2 here on Lotus.
So they'll start their attack side, of course, around this lurk wall at A. All moving forward. Stealth drone through to check that Baby Door position. Benji, though, waiting for a grab net opportunity here. Looks like a paranoia folded it in. Benji just sees Leaf waltz on past. And is going to take his shot.
Leaf tried to take a timing, but was caught for it. And now, what do G2 do to respond? They try to get it to be fast. Yeah, Miniboo is ready, but he knows he needs to get out of dodge. Woot's picking up the angle for him. Can he get one? Yes, he can.
Perfect. When one steps back, another steps up. But G2 able to brute force their way in.
It's not without taking a lot of damage. These players are low on HP and feeling the pressure while trying to get this spike down. But Heretics, they'll need to slow down. They need to wait for Boo to get back in the mix. He's just rotating now.
They're so low.
Valen is eager to make something happen, but it's all on Trent. Just one body shot from a Sheriff is enough to fell him.
That haunt from Riens was massive. It chunks Valen down to about 20 health, makes him so easy to pick off. And now we'd have to do something, frankly, extraordinary. Sat on the site, footsteps here from up above. That's 1 down. Benji and Riens to the rescue, though. And a pistol secured for Heretics. Smooth sailing over the last...
And on account of that second round force, it's taken up until now for G2 to have an actual buy with rifles.
The attack sign continues to look questionable.
Just another util combo.
Jonah, he didn't have the ability to TP out. Okay, and there's Woot yet again. It's all the same pistons pumping here for Team Heretics that have given him this momentum over the last few rounds.
And if you'd like to dodge these util combos, enjoy walking into our operator on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, you can't play ahead of them.
Cover going out.
Smoke's being cycled to control A main for Team
man.
Heretics.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that timing, and Jaw just making noise, and he's just caught. He just has no idea.
And just, you know, that's around where Boo pops up, reads his head, crucial kill, falls back into that passive gameplay.
Look at how quickly Team Heretics are already getting right on this C site to help Rians.
Now, Rians is just clear of that, but Trent's able to run him down. Traded out instantly, though, now as Boo sat up in this corner again. This guy, he's always in a corner. Never to expect him. And he pops out like a spectre to claim the round.
On the right day.
And as good as G2's floor is, it's high. They are struggling to reach those heights right now. VALORANT for Miniboo is the exchange over towards that mound direction. And G2 would like to step in and take some liberties here.
Jonah now just one away from that Nightfall, so whatever happens for the rest of the round, live, die, get a kill, he's going to get that for the next, surely.
Once again, preemptive barrier to prevent Leaf lurking up any further on this A side. He'd have to give a sound cue if he wants to advance more northward into tree.
By the way, just some note, but Woot didn't invest into the op. He's just playing with the rifle here.
Boo in that spot we saw him in last round. That is checked for by the Prowler.
Much like a prior round, Jonah is just here in the dark cover on C, making a ton of noise. But juxtaposed to that last round, this one, he dies, so...
It does put Benji solo over at the A side, and Valen with some sharp shooting.
Yeah, great kill from Valen. I mean, this is 2 times, though, that Team Heretics really didn't rotate off. Jonah did cause enough of a distraction for them to stay. And now they've got a real shot at winning this on account of Trent having that Armageddon, despite just the Sheriff. That ultimate can more than make up for it.
Yeah, into stairs or upper A site. Both of them likely to rattle Team Heretics and force them to quickly reposition. Leaf's going to call these footsteps. He knows they're coming through. Sat in pit. He'll hear the drop down as well. He's got all the information he could ask for, but now to make an informed decision off of it is a different story. Here's an Armageddon. Leaf sees Boo step into his crosshair. Woot is more than he can handle. It's all right, though, because Captain Valen drops 4.
Wow, I mean, G2 just set up a beautiful crossfire there. Always potential when you've got that Nightfall with the dimensional drift to go for double execute. You can pop out of the ult. Players won't be able to hear you.
Yep, come out of halls or something similar. Yep, that's the play, Wyatt.
That's a counter Nightfall, actually, to just stop them.
Hasn't slowed Jaw down, of course. And here comes that G2 Nightfall. It's allowed Jaw to emerge here without being heard. And Boo again tries to get up in that box corner, but it's Woot with the emergence from B main. Pops the door open, gets 2. Lee finally neutralizes Benji on the A side. This will provoke a rotate back in that direction.
Oh, that movement from Woot was so slick, staying alive at the end there, just working around the door. That's beautifully done. We're going to be into a straight-up 3-on-3 retake, except for the fact that Leaf can get that pit down and activates it right now. It's going to cover up stairs, so that sight line closed off.
It's pretty devious. And Heretics don't know about tree either.
Now, the one critical piece of util is that Rians does still have 1 Prowler to try and locate a player in this pit. Ideally, of course, they want to find Leaf, remove him from the map, and remove that pit's activation.
Trent going to pick up this rubble position, but Woot sees him coming. That's the op player down. Inside the pit is Jaw. Course over towards that stairs direction. Leaf is present. Here's Miniboo steps up. Cut down. It's all about Rians now. Has to give it a tap. Leaf very, very low, but Rians also decaying down. What an ungodly flick. Pit comes down. Rians was already low. And it's a shaky round for G2. But they find the runway and even up the game.
A beautiful attempt from Woot in that mid-round. The push through the door, that 2K stays alive somehow even while being concussed. That was really sick. Oh. Wow, Haunt just allows him to know right where to put the crosshair. On a couple rounds now, it's been Team Heretics able to get kills over on that A side onto Benji when he's playing their solo. They've been picking him off.
I mean, it's Leaf here just working that lurk wall, this time with an op in hand. Jonah P that was extracted from A.
Yeah, I think that was just random spam. He was sending out some util through the smoke, trying to draw some attention as the rest of the team work towards B. Rion's very well timed C, so he can escape, and then Wood opens the door.
With the weapon as well, he's got the Vandal, and it strikes true.
Here.
I think he saw the indicator from the headshot through the box, so he kept spamming. Benji now on the proper angle. He sees the barrel. Oh, he's just going to capture Joel. That's devious.
There's no escape. Trent might try and break this cocoon up and realizes now the showstopper pop from Miniboo. There is no way forward.
Oh, come on, man. That is ridiculous.
This is a hero rifle buy with some sheriffs mixed in. And the perfect use of those ultimates now. Heretics can lean back and lean into this round.
And Wood has just been chilling over at Mound. No reason to leave. Can teleport away whenever. Valen
They're going to get all the guns for this.
Oh my god.
Getting the most with the least are Heretics. And Wood never had to give up that Mound position, but does overpush into Trent. Realizing now the spend might be worthwhile to get another gun out. Rien's the next to step up. Trent does not want to deal with the bioengineered Valorant menace.
I mean, what has gone on there? Get out of there. Yeah, he does.
Bro, it's Boo we're talking about.
I know, it's Boo we're talking. Yeah, 99% chances to just get out of their line, and I think it's very appropriate.
He is going to be suppressed here, having the backup on the site, so hard to get some of this util out. Did still get a dark cover into the choke.
Yeah, and Boo says it's retake time. Mini Boo's coming over, still has that nade. They've got the grab net. It's being synced up, but the nade, it goes a little bit too much to the left. Oh, no.
Still, though, waterfall control's been held by Heretics.
Yeah, Jaw just decides to walk forward into them and goes down. Takes a risk, trying to take some space.
This is to the wrong wolf inside of him. Special delivery holds Heretics at bay for a time. But off that paranoia, they might look to go for it. Here's Miniboo. Pretty patient, trying to get forward. Ends up being a trade as he steps up. Jonah's taken down. Benji emerges. Hope for more, surely. The tour de force clatters to the ground as Leaf has only one more target to get through. And you better believe he's good for it. On his feet. And again, plants the flag for G2, refusing to be left behind by the surge of Heretics.
What a snap. And then collects onto Woot, right back to the left for Boo.
Crosshair placement.
Oh my
elite.
god. Basically as good as done with a retake win there from Team Heretics. They did everything right, and it's not enough. They're going back to this fast A fight. Combination of the grab net and the nade, but do they know that Valen is crossed? They want to fight out and support their omen.
If you want to throw down here, that Stinger gets Valen deep in a rubble. Benji also down, so that stall util cut a little short.
And now Wood is pushed all the way out of C. He's going to meet up against Leaf, who's going to win this duel. Wood has the opportunity!
The movement from Leaf's too good.
He had the moment, he had the time to get the kill before Leaf even had his whereabouts, but that wasn't enough. And now this round should be as good as done. Rians and Boo likely to just save now.
And honestly, it's just a moment where there's an overpush. On that C side of the map, we've seen Wood get aggressive. He's always had the rendezvous as a bit of a, a plug-pull option, but there he was well out of its range. Leaf always good in those 1v1s on random extremities.
There's no way they're trying to go for this. The remaining three players have no money at all, but they're going in!
The timing for
it too!
Now Jaw and Valen might be in trouble. Nightfall's going to cut straight through and onto the site. Valen is set, tucked in the corner with the Stinger. Jaw sitting at the back of the site, a slightly safer spot, but double down on Team Heretics. You cannot be serious. Valen low, sees the Prowler come through and then realizes there's real follow-up behind it. Little swing, little flick now. It's all down to Boo. Needs a tap. Valen with the classic in hand, and Boo is good for it.
There's just no way.
There's no reaction on his face. He's called it a cucumber.
To open up Champions, the beginning of their journey, trying to get back to the grand finals as they did last year.
Jaw here, of course, in drift, sees it all. Woot, rendezvous on out of there. Jaw pretty deep here in the side. He might look to stick it. Boo just cuts him down.
He's just ready. He has his back, and Woot, are you kidding?
That is not where that came from. He'll be waiting for even more of this action. G2 get themselves up on Mound. What are the options? Bulldog and Phantom, 2v5. Heretics at their best. G2, frankly, in the doldrums. Dark cover dissipates. Woot knows what waits on the other side of it, but he'll play back for safety.
Yeah, low HP, in danger of the spam repost now that he has that rendezvous activated.
That That smoke now refreshed means that the way is closed for G2.
And the home crowd knows that this is time.
A pivot to Beaver. Benji Fishy will be waiting. Teeth bared. Lips licked. Waiting for that last morsel to be offered up as Valor needs to extricate himself from the net and simply step up. Decayed down briefly. Bumbuddy dealt with. And he knows his only option is to go forward. Suppress W will walk into the sidelines of 3 Heretics players with Woot breathing down the back of his neck, one after another. And the greatest heresy is to put a scorch mark on a golden era. Heretics have had an up and down year, but they are here.